So we're doing our special Sweet podcast. I'll have another.
Yeah.
I think this is episode 10 or something like that. Yeah, I think episode 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you
10.
say so.
And I just got a dog. His name is Freddie. And he's a rehomed 2-year-old King Charles Spaniel dog.
Super cute.
I got from free because his hips are off, kind of like Dee.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Except you're not free. And we're just about to hit record. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And I look over your shoulder. We're in the basement of my house. Big poop.
Not me.
Yeah. It was you.
It's kind of sound like, the dog's pooping in the basement.
Yeah, it's like he's punishing us or something like that. Like I'd been outside with him for what, 10 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, good boy.
Yeah,
at least
Fish stands up and he goes, good boy. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And you kept going, potty outside. Potty outside. So I take him outside. He pees 3 times and he looks at me like, there you go, dude.
I potted outside.
There you go, new dad. So he didn't poop though, but that was about a normal sized poop compared to my old dog who was a boxer pit cross.
Yeah.
Another rehome dog. And that was, his poops were a lot bigger. They were about the size of your shoes.
Large
poops, which is actually
the name of
what
my
you
band.
were doing after we had no, it's what you were doing after we had salad.
Let us in, let us out. Dude.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so you have a ton of stuff with you again. I love it when you bring stories.
Oh, good.
Story time with Dee.
Yes.
But there seems to be a theme.
I have. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it seems that you have like your brain. Because did you just pull these today?
No, they're a mixture.
Oh, okay.
They're a mixture.
All right. So now you got a list of like 75 things to do when you pull my finger. Or you got all this other stuff. But like, what is that the big list you just pulled out?
No.
What's this?
Well, here we'll just start firing them off.
Okay.
I like these stories because most of my coworkers have all slept with each other. 1/3 of Gen Z is against love in the workplace.
All right. So Gen Z is what bracket?
Gen Z is underneath me.
I know. Are you a millennial?
Yeah. Well, I'm a zennial.
What's a zennial?
In between millennials and Gen Z, it's a micro generation.
Oh, my eyes are up here. You didn't have to look down there. Hey, Siri, what's Gen Z?
Here's some info about Generation Z.
Zoomers, demographic. Oh, I wanted the age range. Hey, Siri, what's the age range of Gen Z? Am I wasting your time? I don't want to.
Here's an answer from Mental Floss.
97 to 2012.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's Gen Z. And they're against, 1/3 of them are against sleeping with their coworkers.
Zennials are between X and millennials. That's what it is.
And now there's beta and alpha and all this other crap. Yeah.
So, they're against love in the workplace.
1/3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the glass half empty. That means 2/3 are for it.
Gen Z overall, 6 in 10 don't think or think that office romances are socially acceptable. So they're still, that's high. I would have thought that most people were opposed to love in the workplace, but I am wrong. And that's what I got out of reading this because like I have a strict rule about not sleeping with people that I work with.
Me too.
No, you don't.
I do now. I didn't when I was younger, but I do now.
Yeah. And it's always been a rule. You want to know why?
Why?
Because if shit goes south, you still have to see that person all the time.
Dependent on where they are in the company.
So,
like, I mean, are they?
If you're their manager, you can fire them.
Yeah, exactly. So my sweet secretary taking care of me all day. There you go. You're fired. Get the hell out. The year's 1954. She makes a good drink. Get rid of her.
1/3 actively believe it's not okay to date colleagues, suggesting office romances are going out of fashion as Gen Z are setting their own personal boundaries and preferences. Yeah, well, it still should be higher, I think. Millennials accept millennials accept workplace romances mostly because they have no time to meet somewhere
Boom.
else.
That's where I was going.
Like, they're like, where the hell else am I going to meet anybody?
It's true, and if they're working all the time.
Yeah.
But I saw something about Gen Z the other day that was like they're They're all into staycation or what is it, early retirement or something like that.
And Gen Z, they're not sacrificing their life for their work. So they have no problem meeting other people, other places.
Shouldn't you sacrifice your life for work when you're younger, or do I sound like a bitchy old man?
Yep, that's what you sound like. They're like, you're dumb. Look what you did to yourself.
Yeah, it's true. They're like, hey, really old guy without kids. Way to go, buddy. How's your life?
Over a fifth of adults have previously or are currently hiding an office love story. Hiding it.
Okay.
Methods of secrecy include mastering the just friends act in front of other colleagues.
Okay.
And commuting separately to avoid suspicion.
Are you hiding a workplace romance?
No.
You better not be. I love your girlfriend.
No. Oh my God.
You ride horses together.
We do. We do. So others take a daring approach, pushing boundaries of workplace etiquette. Over a third of those who have hidden relationships with their colleagues enjoyed a secret kiss at the office. 16% like to covertly hold hands under desks. And 14% play a little footsie wootsy. Excuse me. I thought, I don't know. I was so wrong. I was so very wrong.
Why were you wrong?
I just didn't know that this many people were okay with screwing around with coworkers.
Why? Sometimes you got nothing to do. You're at a work event.
I'm always like, there are like 6.8 billion people, well, more than that now, on the planet. Why do you need to pick out of the 50 you work with? Why do you got to pick them to screw?
I'm not making jokes when I say I 1,000,000% agree with you now. But when I was younger and I was working all the time, like, I guess you millennials are or whatever. When I was younger and I was working all the time, and it becomes your life.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, I mean, like my old air partner and I, we were always talking about our job.
Right.
So I was working all the time. We were constantly thinking about it. So then you're looking at the people in your office and you're like, hey now. Huh? Wink.
I don't understand.
Did you ever hook up in a radio station? I know you did. There's no way you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I never did that.
Yeah, I did. But not with a coworker.
No, like a listener or whatever.
No, like with the person I was dating at the time.
Where'd you like in the studio? There's cameras in the studio typically.
Well, this was way before that.
Oh, there weren't cameras invented?
This is before we had cameras.
Here's Fish behind the wall.
There's somebody painting portraits. Yeah.
I'm like, can you just... No, stop moving. I'm almost there. Dee, could you put the apple back in her mouth? Oh, my God. It just got the best visual.
That's so
And
dumb.
there's a painting with eye holes. And
right.
I'm like sketching on the wall while I look through the eye holes.
You're so dumb.
You were the one that said it. That was you. You're dumb. I honest to God, hooking up with a worker is obviously typically a bad idea, but some stories work out great.
Sure, I guess so.
I had a couple listeners though that were dating in the workplace, and then they were getting along really well.
Yeah.
And management and everybody knew, and they got new management. A new company bought out their company.
Oh, daddy,
and
no.
the new policy was one of you has to go. Like, sorry, but one of you has to go, or you got to break up. And the guy she was dating was like, well, I think you're more marketable than I am, so you should probably go. And they both love their jobs. Obviously, we went right to the phones. But yeah, they both love their jobs.
So then what happened?
I'll tell you in the next podcast.
No, you shut your whore mouth.
Yeah. No, she ended up, the last I heard, she was going to stay with him and ask him to leave. But she didn't think he would. So I don't know from there. I didn't follow up. I really don't know. I think she was fighting to go look for a new job. She said in this economy, blah, blah, blah.
That's
blah,
right, bitch. Don't you quit that job. You quit that man before you quit that job.
I don't think I could have said that. It was like, bitch. Damn.
Damn.
Damn, bitch. Don't you know? No.
Yeah, I just have this
Come on,
view
wasn't there
of
somebody you worked
coworker. No, of coworkers. There was, but it was my boyfriend before we worked together. Like we both got a job at the same place when we first moved to Madison.
Was he on air?
No, it was not a radio thing.
Oh, like milking cows or something?
Yeah, no, sure.
Farm girl.
Pulling tits.
Yeah, titty pullers.
Yeah, you know.
That's that local strip club. Tit puller.
That's it.
Got to get them ready for stage. No, I see. I don't. Now I just don't. I can't even. I don't even look at our coworkers like that.
No.
Like.
I had a sex dream about a coworker, and I couldn't make eye contact with them.
We're friends now, though.
I'd shut up. It was terrible.
God, I remember you told me this. This was years ago.
Yeah.
He's not there still.
Yeah, he's there. Yes, he's there.
Can we say his name?
Trevor.
Oh yeah, it was Trevor.
He knows.
I thought. Oh yeah. Was he good?
It was weird. It was a weird makeout session.
He's an engineer, though. He's an engineer, though. So I'll bet you, statistically speaking or strategically speaking, it was perfect.
Oh, probably.
Were you?
But it was a dream. Remember, not real life.
Was this when you were with men?
No.
So you were with a woman.
In real life.
And you wanted the comfort of Trevor.
In my dream.
Who literally built the system that we're using right now.
Yeah.
With his man hands.
It was, and this was so long ago. So, but we were making out in a car or something.
Nice. What kind of car?
Shut up. Doesn't matter.
What color were the seats?
I don't know.
Was there a waterbed? Was it a van?
And White Snake was playing. No.
Be amazing. For new people, for you, what have you three people listening right now? White Snake is a band from the 80s and early 90s.
No, but then I couldn't because I love Trevor so much, and that's just not a thing I think about. I love him so much, and then I was all like, I saw your penis in my dream.
Did he ask if it was big or not?
Sure he did. This was so long
How
ago.
do you not? Okay, if you were a guy and a girl said she dreamt about you, I don't remember my dreams. I've had one dream my entire life that I remembered.
I don't remember all of them, but I remember a lot of them.
Yeah. I've never had a wet dream. Ever.
I've had a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. Yours I've heard are worse than wet.
Dude. Stop it.
I can't find it. Hold on. I can't find it. I got thunder. I thought I was looking for a splash.
I know, right? Yeah.
No, I get it.
Will you stop?
Oh my God, that was terrible.
Anyway, peed the bed before. Go on.
You've peed the bed before?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were making fun of me about. Go on.
No, I was talking about the naughty dream that I've never had a wet dream.
Yeah.
So, but you had a dream about a coworker. But at that point, like, okay, I want you to imagine that you having a penis attached. What was that face? Okay, and your coworker says they had a dream about you, because I don't know what a woman would say about that. As a woman, what would you say? Think about that too. But if you have a penis attached, wouldn't you kind of go, oh, was I hung?
No.
My therapist says that I need to dig into the
but I'm not a dude.
Penis conversation in the future.
Right. Okay. Well, that's for you and your therapist.
Okay. I was just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just saying though. Like, wouldn't you want to know?
I guess I don't know.
As a woman, like if they.
No,
were, like,
I don't care.
Like if I had a naughty dream about you, wouldn't you want to know?
I'd be like, keep it to yourself. That's gross.
What if I dreamt that you were like a bad lay? Wouldn't you want to know?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's a guy thing. I would want to know.
Really? No, it's totally a
Or
guy
if you
thing.
were-
Are you listening to yourself? It's absolutely a guy thing. You want to know why?
Why?
Because even if it was make believe in my dream, you having a big wiener would feed your ego. You'd be like, yeah.
But what if it was the opposite?
Right.
If I was Trevor and I was like, oh my God. I think he was single at the point you had this dream too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. She thinks I have a small penis. It would bother me. I think even Trevor, who's the nicest human ever, would be bothered by that. I just think you could have lied.
I love him.
Yeah. So you
I
could
did
have lied.
lie.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you lie about?
I can't remember. I think I told him it was a fine sex dream, but it was a very uncomfortable sex dream.
Like, was he like in charge?
No, it was, I just remember, but I'm also gay and I was making out with a dude in my dream.
Yeah, that might be
So I
weird.
think that's a huge factor into why it was uncomfortable for me.
So it's not all
think?
Trevor's fault.
Right. Yeah.
I just think it's amazing. I just think that you, honest to God, in this dream. And by the way, his wife listens to the podcast, which I love.
That's awesome.
But I think it's honest to God, or at least we'll listen to this one because I'm going to send it to her. I think it's honest to God. Like, I just would want to know. I just, in the dream, I would want to know if I was good at the stuff.
So silly.
I mean, I'm sorry, I would. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I know it's just a dream, but did I, Jesus. Give me that. So today was Dee's day to buy lunch. Okay, so we record this. We have lunch and we record it, and we used to drink, but we're both trying not to drink, so whatever.
Yeah.
So after Dee got out of up in smoke from her car, I look over, and she's like, "Hold on, I need to go up in smoke one more time." And I look over and I see the lighter, and I'm like, I recognize that. That used to be my candle lighter. And I asked you if it was if there was a pickle on it.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm sure I stole it because I don't like pickles, so I'm sure I stole that from somebody.
Yeah.
But it was my lighter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and now you just
I didn't do it on purpose.
Reached in your pocket and gave me another lighter.
Right.
It was actually upstairs in my safe.
It's from upstairs.
Yeah.
I just found it in my pocket just now.
It was literally in my safe. I don't even know how you got that open. I couldn't open that safe. I forgot the combo.
I'm like David Copperfield, but less handsy.
You opened it with your penis.
I did. It's pretty impressive.
I've got a key lock penis. That's a great. So don't sleep with your coworker.
Do whatever you want. I don't give a single F.
You know?
No, and apparently nobody else does either besides like 37% of Gen Zers or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, and really, who was polled? Were you polled? I wasn't polled. We're not Gen Z.
No.
So, yeah.
But I just thought it would have been more people that were like, no, you probably shouldn't sleep with your coworkers. But I guess everybody.
It's okay. So
Yeah.
D is saying sleep with your coworkers.
I mean, I'm sure there's something in your employee handbook about it.
And the more you know. Do you remember that from when you were a kid?
I do.
Was that playing in the background during your dream when you slept with our engineer? You slut. Poor man. Was in a weak state of mind and got manipulated by the lesbian. Shh, it's okay. It's okay, baby. Shh. Shh. This is only going to hurt for a second. Was that the noise you made in your
Stupid
dream?
horror tendencies.
Yeah, you slut. Were you ever really kind of hellacious?
Yeah, in my 20s.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
It was great.
Now, as a woman, don't you think it's easier to be, or is it harder?
I don't know.
Because as a woman, like, you can always find a guy. I mean, as long as you lower your standards.
Yeah, so can you guys.
Find a guy. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there.
I got this coworker, Johnny, I keep having dreams about.
Right, exactly.
No. Isn't that your air partner?
Just got to keep lowering your standards. And you'll find somebody.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I haven't found somebody. What I'm saying is like, I mean.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Probably.
Years and years and years ago, I lost like 100 pounds and I like made out with like 11 girls in one night at this bar. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And people think it's gross.
That's a lot of saliva.
It was, that was part of that was the thing. Could you, shh, this is going to be easy. Just spit in my mouth.
Yeah, that's gross.
I don't know. Are you a sloppy kisser?
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't really necessarily know if I should need to know how you kiss. You're probably going to dream about me anyway.
I don't like this conversation.
There ain't no HR, baby. It's just me and you trying to put out a podcast.
Yeah, well.
Hoping that people share it and spread the word. You can move on to your next story if you want. I just want to remind people that you should share us on your social medias. You may not like me, but everybody likes Dee.
That's not true.
Oh, what a great name for a great tagline. Hey, you may not like me, but everybody likes... Oh, I could do it in radio voice.
Hey,
you may not like me, but everybody likes Dee.
Hi.
I could do voice work for your radio
That's
station.
a nice puppers.
Oh, is that your lady friend?
No.
All right.
It's fucking political calls.
Oh, my God. Are you sick of those?
Yeah.
I had that.
There'll be two more that follow it up.
Have you been getting the health calls?
I'm sure. I don't answer them.
So I answered one finally. I've answered a couple. So I have a friend that sometimes will answer them like they're a call center calling them.
Right, and it doesn't confuse them.
But I answer them, and usually they hang up. But I got this nice lady the other day, and I was like, can you please put me on your
do not call us.
I don't need health insurance list. Like, can you please? And she was like, well, what you need to do is log on to a website. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do that.
That's not
like,
true.
what is it? That don'tcall.gov or whatever. And I ain't going to no fucking website that somebody tells me to go to on a phone.
Right.
Because you know what's going to happen. You're going to get hacked. I was doing stuff for my taxes the other day, and I started going through all my bills for the past year, and I couldn't figure out. I thought I was being, this is true, I swear to God. I had this charge from Love's.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is, when you drive on the interstate, there's a truck stop, or it's not a truck stop, but it's a sex store called Love's. And I'm like, I'm getting all these charges from Love's. What the fuck? I'm like, I reach out to my credit card company. I can't get anybody on the phone. Their phone made me wait forever and hung up by mistake. I'm going to deal with this tomorrow. And I'm all upset about it because I'm like, I've been hacked and somebody has charged hundreds of dollars.
The Dildo of the Month Club?
Yeah. And I'm like, I see no product, you know? So there's a gas station on the way from Wisconsin to Michigan where Kara lives.
Yeah.
Called Love's.
Yeah.
And I stop there all the time and get Taco John's.
Yeah.
And
Olay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Fanny. I know. So be careful when you get hacked.
That's not hacked.
It wasn't hacked. It was just fat.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It wasn't as good of a story as I thought it was going to be when I started it. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Where are you?
Right here across from you.
All right. What are you looking at?
Married men are 3 times more likely to be obese than unmarried men. Is this the fat and happy thing, right?
What, is it the fat and happy thing, or is it the you get comfortable thing?
Isn't that the whole fat and happy? You're comfortable?
Oh, is that what it is?
Being married triples the risk of men becoming obese. The chance of piling on the pounds increased for both sexes after marriage. Women's risk of being overweight was 39% higher and men's 62% compared with unmarried couples. Unmarried men were 3.2 times more likely to be classed as technically obese than their unmarried counterparts. But married men, yeah. So there you go.
I don't believe in the obesity scale.
Like the BMI thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I've never been BMI.
Yeah, like, because my girlfriend is like considered obese on the BMI scale.
And she is so not.
Like,
she's fat with a PH. What?
She's like so muscular from riding and everything. And
sorry?
Man. Anyway.
Horses?
Sorry.
Calm down.
Was thinking about something just then.
Are you still thinking about it?
Yeah. I like my girlfriend a lot. Anyway.
I'm playing with my toy too much, aren't I?
It's okay. I just think, well, I mean, part of that is like because you're trying to stay in shape to attract a mate.
Yeah, you think about it more, maybe you get comfortable.
You know,
I think that a lot of times, like, I'm not a good cook.
Yeah.
So if you were with a good cook, then you can tend to get more obese if they don't cook healthy.
Yeah.
Like if they make like killer pasta or killer lasagna.
Yeah.
Like that could knock you up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You could get the plumpage. I could get that. And plus, yeah, if you don't work out and do all this stuff, I mean, you and your girlfriend work out together all the time. You do all the things.
Yeah.
When you guys got together, or do you weigh more or less than when you guys got together?
More. We both gained some weight.
Well,
but
there you go.
We also, we're also on a health journey together right now. So we're doing really good about.
Oh my God,
we gotta do all the cooking and stuff, but we're
not like
good
drinking or anything.
Yeah, meal planning and all that. We're doing all that together.
You're not drinking at all, or just with me?
Then just barely drinking.
There you go.
Like we went out for a fancy dinner over the weekend.
Yeah, it was your 3-year anniversary. Was it fun?
That's awesome.
Nice.
And
is that what you were thinking about?
And we had wine with that because there was a wine pairing.
Oh yeah, nice.
That went with everything.
So how many glasses you have, or is it some baby glasses?
No, they were regular pours, but we shared everything. But I mean, it was, and then they gave us brandy afterwards. I don't know. It was at least like I would say probably 3 glasses, 2.5, 3.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot. I don't know.
You were buzzed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the whole experience is like 3 hours long. It's a long dining experience.
Okay, so what is that, like a couple $100?
Yeah.
And then you got a tip?
Yeah, it was more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you tip your normal 30%? You way over tip. You have a story on tipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you way over tip.
Well.
Did you tip 30%? Or was it so much money that you were like, yeah, we can do 20? Or was it built in? I hate that shit.
No, it was. I don't think it was built in. I hope it wasn't because I
tipped 30%. Yeah. I'll bet you tipped. Hold on. Let me do some simple math. $55.
I tipped $100.
Jesus. How much do you make?
We save up for that dinner. That's our yearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our yearly.
You tipped $100. There's no way it was more than $300. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I think I'm just too cheap.
The tasting menu was it 125 or 175, and then the wine pairing with it was an extra 85.
And this is per person or per couple?
Yeah, per person. And then, so one of us did
175 per person.
One of us did the tasting menu, and then the other one did a la carte. So,
oh my god,
that's 3 courses.
Oh my god! All right.
Well, it's a Michelin star restaurant.
I don't even know what that means. I always see that. I'm like, I always think of tires.
That's what it's from.
Oh, is it? Okay, we'll see that.
Yeah, because the Michelin tire company would do it because it was like worth the trip to go to these restaurants.
Okay, so you spent $500 on dinner.
No.
Higher?
Close. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, you spent less than $600 on dinner.
Well, less than 5. A little less than 5.
Okay, you spent $500 on dinner. Okay, so you spent $500 on dinner.
Okay.
You could have gone to Chicago, got a hotel, went to Taco Bell down the road, spread it all over I get it, whatever. I know you work hard and you don't treat yourself too much, but Jesus, that's a lot.
But it's an experience. It's not just food, it's a whole experience. It's like.
Do you think that you should tip at the drive-through of a Pizza Hut when you pick up pizza?
I do, but
I did too. I did $2, and the guy, you would have think the guy was like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Yeah, there was.
I had a friend tip $100 bill at a McDonald's drive-through. She was doing it. Her mom was sick, and she's a good friend of mine actually. And she and her mom started going to different places and giving $100 tip to random people. And the woman didn't even say thank you. $100 bill.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
that's why I get nervous about all that stuff. She's finding something.
Yeah, I had more on here. I must have been a different version of this story that I read.
She found something this
that
weekend.
was talking about people that tip at fast food. And I just don't do that.
No.
But I do this is weird, I do for Jimmy John's. Why do I do that?
I don't know. And I won't do for that or sub places. And they look at me and they get pissed. And then I really won't do it. If they didn't look at me and get irritated, then the next time I go, I'll tip.
I can't. I
don't think you should have to do that.
About it. I was like, why do I do it at the sub place, but I don't do it at Burger King?
Why do you do it at a pizza place and not do it at Burger King?
Right.
Like seriously, if you're gonna pick up a pizza, you shouldn't have to tip.
Right.
And they shouldn't expect it, but people now expect it. And if you don't tip the right amount, people get sensitive on it.
Right.
You had
so much.
You had some story about tipping or whatever. You and I were talking about it before we hit record.
I know.
And I just thought that was interesting.
We should cover it next time so we can really get into it.
So what you're saying is it's time to go?
I feel like it. I feel like we've been talking for a long time.
5 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes.
That's a lie.
Could we bullet point cover it? You want to just go?
Lie.
All right, we'll go upstairs.
I think we cover it next time so we can really get into the minutia.
Okay. That's a big word. I think that means the shit of it.
So we can really get into the thick of it.
The thick of it? All right. Well, then, okay, you and I will go and have another piece of lettuce.
Another Doc 360.
Another Doc 360, locally made here in the...
Want to steal another lighter?
Yeah, you probably will for your giant bong of devil's lettuce.
I don't have a bong.
You don't?
Well, I do. I just never use it. Oh, my God. Just shove that up your ass.
Well, you're going to... Wait, would you like... But we work together.
Shut up.
We work together.
Work is a strong word.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember when you were a little kid and you used to blow bubbles?
Yeah.
He says that. All right, I'll have another.